points of it is I like to get your foot fire, get you warmed up. I mean, it can be simple things like the other thing that we have started doing is called get up, get down. And my kids hate it because you're like, get up, get down, that's not hard. I'm telling you, you get up and get down, which I think we might do, I don't know. A few times, and your heart rate is up. I mean, your heart rate is jacked up. And so it's that simple. I mean, if you don't have a lot of time, it's like, okay, get down on your belly, get up. Get down on your back, get up. Get on your right side, get up. Get on your left side, get up. Okay, now get on take your right hand to your right thigh. Go down on your back, get up, don't let the hand come off. You do those types of things a couple times, and I mean, their heart rate's up, they're starting to sweat, and you're ready to get them into more of a stretching pattern for them. So again, we start out something that we're getting them moving so that their heart rate gets up, so that their body temperature starts to rise. Then we went into more of the movement types of things for stretching, and then we went into just more specific types of stretches. These, I like to use these bands because the one thing that females don't get a lot of is glute activation. So how often do you see, and I know that Mike and I talked a little bit about trying to get some stuff from exercises that you guys can do 15 minutes or so to kind of increase vertical and work on their lateral speed. Well, these are really good because probably the biggest thing that I find with females is they don't have good glute development. And so what happens is that when you ask them to squat, most of them do what?
Bend their,
They go like this.
yes.
This. And what happens with that? There's a lot of pressure, the knees start to hurt, we're already jumping a lot. Next thing they got, jumper's knee or patellotendinitis, and it's killing them. It's because they're doing this. When you want them to squat, when you want them to work the way that they should, the knees should never come in front of the toes very much. You should drop down and come back up. Drop down, come back up, and you want the knees, you want to drive the knees outside the little toes, not balancing. If you see them buckling here, I know some, but if you see them going down and buckling here, they're not squeezing their butt cheek. And so you've got to really work on that development. These bands are very quick and easy ways to do that. So you just put the bands on. What we're going to do, hands overhead, and we're going to do band walks, straight leg. I don't want the legs bent. So let's all go to the net and back. I guarantee you that your booty will be burned.
I'm scared I'm going to break them. They won't break, right?
It doesn't need to break, I got that.
Okay.
Oh, what's that gonna hurt? Well, snap my skin.
Yep, so arms over the head.
Oh yeah, and get a firm booty.
Hurting.
Painful. Ooh. Wait, this.
And come back. Feel the burn?
Great, I'm gonna be bridesmaid soon.
Yeah,
I need I've been slacking.
So again, it's not complicated. Very good exercise.
I lost one.
Keep it on there. You're not done yet.
What, Tim?
she said she wanted to try.
Oh, I got more. She wants to try it.
You're just trying to get out of it.
Okay, now. You feel that, right?
Yes.
Right there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then the next thing what I like to do, one day, that's all I might do, is just band walk up and back twice, and that's it. So we'll keep it simple. Then the next day they come in, we're going to go, I'm going to get just a little bit of a knee bend, okay? And what we're going to do, and I'll do this in like 30 seconds or 15 seconds so you can go back and forth faster. So you're working on foot fire.
I have a question. With that walking drill that we just did, is it supposed to be like hurting inside or just your glutes?
It really should hurt just out here.
I felt it.
You shouldn't really, you're going to feel it mostly. It should be right here, so I don't know, maybe feet. The other thing you can do too with them is that I found is that you can make it even more is that you put it around their feet and now. So then they don't turn their feet out because that might be part of take the feet out. You're going to keep the feet in a neutral position. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit. So again, we're starting to work on quickness, your lateral speed, a little bit of quickness. It goes into, again, this is part of, you can do it for straight knee, but again, it works on foot speed. So you get down to a little bit of a bend, and we're going to just go as fast as you can to the left. Oh. Now, eyes up. That's the other thing too. Start working on core position. Eyes up. See the ball. Left. That's front back. Front back. Switch. And then you can step back. just get them where they will sit back on their heels. They shouldn't be unbalanced, so they shouldn't be like all the way on their heels. Some of them will have trouble getting into that position because they have tight backs. So again, or they have tight Achilles. And so if you see them, sometimes they can't get back here. It might be because they don't have enough motion in their ankle. So a lot of times I'll just put a little plate under it or have them do something on like this, and then the next thing you know, they can get back into that squat position. It doesn't have to be super deep. I'm not a big proponent of deep squatting with the female because we've had a lot more hip injuries, and they think that it's related to the deep squat. So if they can get back here, maybe parallel or just above parallel, that's fine. And once they can get a good position, and you see that you're working on them. So again, I would have them start doing squats, just body weighted squats, and I would watch the team, and I'd have them do. To start out with, you could have them doing 3 sets of 15. And then, as they get better, start adding something under their hands like a volleyball. Okay? Or if you have anything weighted, again, here. And then from there, once they get that, you're going to start going into the jumping and landing. So we work on 2 feet. Now what they're going to do, you're going to have them go back. So that they're in a phase, they're going to use their arms, you're going to throw them back, and just jump. And I'll exaggerate it to start with, so that there's some people that don't like it, but I'll actually have them put their toes up a little bit when they jump and land, so that they're not landing forward on their toes. So again, they're just going to go back, and jump, and jump. What you want them to do as they're doing this is squeeze the butt cheeks, squeeze the butt cheeks, squeeze the butt cheeks, land light. And with repetitions, they'll get better at it. So I would suggest you do squats, and then immediately they go to just, I don't know, 10-foot line. They do some, start here and have them go ahead and do some squat clips all the way down. And watch them and guide them. And the ones that are not, like I said, you see them buckling in, squeeze the butt cheeks. That's my biggest cue, is squeeze the butt cheeks. And usually, it helps with most of them. So we do the double leg. From the double leg then, you want to go to a single leg, which will be really scary. Before you do that, though, that's why we do these. Working on getting that knee motion, teaching them how to take it to the little toe side. So, and that's what we use. I'll show you some different jumping moves over here. But again, I would start with the squats. The other part of the jump that people miss is a tight core. You have to have a good core because when you're getting into the air, you should be initiating from the center, from the core. So the simplest, yet probably the most difficult for them to do, but it works the entire core, is I call it the plank. Familiar with that? Mm-hmm. So you just get them down into the plank position, and you start them, but you're going to get this. Mm-hmm. All that. So you have to start, and that's where it gets hard with the group, but you got to be on them about flat back, tight stomach, as tight as it can be, and you maybe start, you only go 10 seconds. But once you can get that group, you can get those people going 10, then you go to 20. And then if you can get them to hold a 30-second pillar, that's pretty good, with good posture. Really good if you can get them to go for a minute. And I would suggest that with the squats and the jumps, you immediately start working on pillars and getting them doing that. And that will help also quite a bit. And then, once you've done those things, then it's also getting into some of the ladder work, which we'll do now. As far as like the side-to-side stuff will help also. So, now, you want to do my demo? Are you rested enough? So, running through the ladders, again, just trying to get them warmed up again. You all have 2 feet in, just quickly running through, eyes up. It's even worse when you're barefoot. But again, same thing, what they're going to do is they're going to look down. But I always like, you don't play volleyball with your eyes down here. So get them with the pattern. The other thing when you're teaching pattern is have them 2 feet in, 2 feet in. Use your arms, go. Run in through, 2 feet in, 2 feet in, 2 feet in.
Somebody else.
And then, so the same thing, you can go through high knees through, 1 in each. High knees.
1 in each.
Knees up, toes up.
They want one.
Yep. Then go on back butt kickers. One in each. Good. Facing knees. So then you do lateral high knees. Now moving through with your knees high. Knees up, toes up. Yep. Knees up, toes up. Knees up, toes up. Knees up, toes up. Good. 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 And again, the whole key with this is speed is not important. It's develop the motor pattern and then pick up the speed. And so at first you're going to have them, their eyes are going to be down, but again, if they say it to themselves and they start doing it, and then as they start to get the pattern, then you pick up the speed. Because it is important that you start working on speed, but first you want the motor pattern down. Icky shuffle, you know what that is? So it's more of, yep, you should be able to.
I usually go through it.
It's in and out, in
Do
and
it.
out. The pattern is in and out, so, and that's the way you teach this, so in and out. I want you to do the same thing, but I want you to exaggerate and pause, so if we're working on some lateral strength, so now when you're here in the out,
No.
slide. Yep. Get the knee bent. Good. Do that backwards. So, and you can see that again, and they'll start, you start the first day and it's all crazy, the second day it might be crazy, but by the third day, I mean, they are picking it up and they're ripping through this. I mean, it doesn't take them long at all. Let's do one facing me. Same thing, so in and out. In and out, in and out. Breathe loud. There you go. And then use the arms. And eyes up. Very good. Go back, same thing. This is a great lower body. I mean, it works the lower body, it works the calves and ankles. And probably the other thing too, how many of you have jump ropes? Or have them bring jump ropes? One of the best things that you can have them do is jump rope. That increases your vertical. I mean, you put someone on a jump rope program, and it doesn't have to be, but they're just having them jump rope and getting to the point where they can jump rope for 5 minutes, doing different repetitions. That is unbelievable for ankle mobility and as far as getting their vertical. I mean, we use jump ropes a ton. And it's, like I said, I mean, it's kind of old school, but it does the job. And there's a lot of strength coaches that are going back to tons of jump roping for fitness and for development. Let's go